In a world where practically everything is filmed, some cameras end up capturing scenes that should never see the light of day. Secret moments, shameful attitudes, and situations that seemed far from everyone's gaze, but that were revealed by a single click. That is exactly what we will see here today. Mexican singer Patricia Navididad experienced an embarrassing situation during a live performance on the television program Despierta America, broadcast by the Univision network. Wearing a very short dress, the artist did not anticipate the unexpected. Her sanitary pad fell in the middle of the stage while she was singing the song Viva Mexico. Even after the incident, she did not interrupt the music and carried on as if nothing had happened, displaying a certain professionalism, or perhaps trying to pretend nothing had occurred, which, as we can see, was impossible. Shortly afterward, the scene went viral on social media, and, unfortunately, the singer became the target of many offensive jokes, especially from the male audience. She lamented on her social media, saying, "It is a shame that men can be so offensive toward women." The host of one of the countless game shows on Brazilian television, Gabriella Levante, better known as Gabi Levante, went through a highly embarrassing moment on air while presenting the program in 2017. The young presenter was hosting a show called Top Game when, suddenly, she was surprised by a loose tooth that fell out while she was speaking. Luckily, she noticed the tooth coming loose and managed to catch it with her hand, but she still went through a huge embarrassment live on air. Naturally, the scene went viral everywhere.
Você tem uma grande oportunidade de ganhar uma grana extra sem precisar sair de casa. Diretora, caiu meu dente aqui.
Despite all the embarrassment, the presenter took the incident in stride and joked about the situation, calling the show's director and humorously telling her that her tooth had fallen out. Is anything fair game for a television reporter trying to boost her ratings? A presenter and reporter from Germany named Susanna Olan went too far by pretending to help victims of the floods that devastated the country in 2021. She was caught by onlookers filming herself getting covered in mud just to appear on camera, claiming she was assisting residents, making the situation seem more moving when in fact, she was only pretending. After the footage surfaced and the video went viral worldwide, people revolted against her and even against her employer, the RTL network, which announced her dismissal. A scene recorded inside a restaurant captured the moment when a son let something slip in front of his father, who did not appreciate what he saw. In the video, the son is sitting beside his father at the restaurant table, and they need to scan a quick response code to view the menu on the phone. The son picks up his phone and points the camera at the code. However, before the menu page opens, something he had searched for earlier appears on the screen for a few seconds in front of his father, and it was, let's say, very revealing. Seeing this, he tries to cover it up, but his father saw it and was absolutely appalled. Embarrassed, the son watches his father get up and sit in a chair farther away while he remains speechless. Many know that a court hearing can be extremely long and boring. Well, a prosecutor demonstrated that live on air. The scene shows during a judicial hearing in the state of Paraíba, Brazil, the prosecutor literally falling asleep. At the beginning of the hearing, he can be seen yawning heavily until a moment comes when he cannot resist, loses consciousness, and sleeps for several minutes in front of everyone. The moment was humorously replayed on television programs.
Meu gabinete tem procurado fazer a ressalva de que no caso
The funniest part is that the other judges tried to wake him up but could not. He had fallen into a deep sleep. Everyone present at the hearing laughed at the unusually comical situation. A reporter in Russia faced trouble when she was interrupted on air by a playful dog. The journalist was delivering the weather forecast on a street in Moscow, Russia, when a golden retriever jumped in front of the camera and grabbed her microphone in its mouth. The theft left the studio host speechless, while the reporter ran off chasing the dog to retrieve the equipment. The footage went viral on social media worldwide. After recovering the microphone, the journalist decided to give the dog a few extra seconds of fame by interviewing it live, showing a lighthearted attitude despite the embarrassment. As we can see, the dog only wanted to play, so it took the microphone thinking it was a toy. During the broadcast of the program America's Got Talent, actress and judge Julianne Hough experienced a major embarrassment. While commenting on a performance, she let out a loud fart live on air. From her astonished expression, she did not seem to expect the volume of the sound. She even tried to pretend nothing had happened and continued speaking, but it was of no use. The moment went viral everywhere.
Love weird. are a creature and you unleash that creature, and I thought that
One of the judges started laughing at the situation, and of course, the video generated countless memes, especially because of Julianne's shocked reaction, as she clearly did not anticipate such a noisy emission. A suspicious woman at a party decided to follow her boyfriend and ended up surprised by what she discovered. In the video filmed by one of her friends, she is seen arriving at the venue's restroom and, upon opening the door, finds her boyfriend kissing another man. Yes, you heard that right. Upon discovering the scene, besides feeling utterly betrayed, she was shocked to learn about his sexuality, as she had not known about his preference until then. Upon catching him, she gets angry, confronts him, pushes him, and attempts to assault him, but bystanders intervene to stop her and she walks away. In February of 2021, at a drive-through vaccination site in Niterói, in the state of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, a 90-year-old man was deceived by a nursing technician and caught on tape by his family members. In the footage, the technician is seen inserting the needle into the elderly man's arm, but not pressing the plunger, merely simulating the vaccine administration. The case was recorded by the man's son-in-law, who noticed the deception when reviewing the video he had been recording. He shared the footage, which quickly went viral, and due to the repercussions, the professional, Rosemary Gomez Pita, aged 42, was immediately suspended and later dismissed by the Niterói City Hall. Rosemary was the first professional in Brazil to be criminally indicted for false vaccine administration during the campaign. In her testimony, she claimed to have been tired and forgotten to press the plunger. She stated she was an experienced technician and could not justify her actions. Footage from a camera placed inside a woman's vehicle captured the moment she was subjected to an extremely invasive stop by a police officer. In the video, the officer immobilizes her on a highway and, visibly, takes advantage of her to conduct a body search. The footage leaves no doubt that the officer exploited the situation for his own gain, and she was powerless to resist. But it was all recorded without his knowledge. The shared video gained massive attention online, and according to some reports, the officer was dismissed. Others claimed the video might have been staged, but nothing could be confirmed. A supermarket security camera captured the moment when a woman, while packing her groceries, did something truly disgusting. In the video, she appears at the end of one of the checkout lanes, waiting for an employee to scan her items while she packs them. Suddenly, she stops packing, places her hand on her backside, and pulls up her dress, and a piece of feces falls to the floor. Yes, you heard that right. She defecates, standing up right then and there. Not satisfied, she even kicks the feces under the checkout counter. As we can see, the scene is extremely revolting. When the employees found the feces on the floor, they were baffled, and upon reviewing the footage, they saw exactly what had happened, exposing the woman. A woman was seen in the middle of an audience at a concert doing something completely bizarre. In a video shot by someone seated behind her, the woman simply removes her underwear, stands naked, crouches, and urinates right where she was, in front of everyone. The scene is almost unbelievable, but believe it or not, she really did it, and the video captured it. The footage made its way onto the internet and went viral. Another remarkable detail is that no one nearby reacted with shock or any other reaction, continuing to enjoy the show as if nothing were happening. A woman was caught on camera in an establishment arguing with employees after they notified her that orders were taking about 15 minutes to be ready. In footage shot by another customer, it is possible to see the woman shouting and saying she did not have 15 minutes to spare and that she would not wait. Soon after, she resorted to insults and prejudice, since the employees were Latino and had accents. She said they did not even know how to speak English and that the place was horrible. When she went to leave, she did not watch where she was going and smacked her face on the glass exit door. In a moment, many called instant karma, a punishment for having been rude and disrespectful without cause.
I don't have 15 minutes for you not to know English, not to get it right the first time. Get it right the first time, okay?
The transparent door ended up confusing her, and as she was not paying attention while talking behind her back, she did not realize the door was closed. Admittedly, well-deserved for her. She endured enormous embarrassment in front of everyone and left the place even more irritated. A wedding is usually a joyful moment for both parties. However, in this case, it was quite the opposite, as the groom did not seem happy at all. A video filmed during the wedding reception shows the moment when the bride and groom stand before the cake, ready to cut it together, a very traditional wedding ritual. Yet, at that moment, it is clear the groom's expression is far from pleasant. As time passes and guests approach, his discomfort seems to grow until he finally snaps. He grabs the champagne bottle from a guest's hands and throws it forcefully to the floor. The bottle shatters, scattering glass shards everywhere, without him stopping to consider the risk of injuring those nearby. Not satisfied, he then kicks the cake table, almost toppling it, and only stops when some guests, apparently his relatives, step in to restrain him. The guests and even the bride, who had been joyful and celebratory, are left stunned by the groom's aggressive behavior. Some children nearby even begin to cry. An incident that took place in December of the year 2024 in Belém, Brazil, revealed a staged performance by a rideshare passenger that generated immense online repercussion. The passenger claimed to be assaulted by the driver, shouting for help. However, the car's internal camera proved otherwise. After all, he was faking the assault. Everything happened when the passenger requested a route change, which the driver denied, and that apparently angered him. He then began to shout help.
Esse motorista não acredita, socorro! Socorro! Socorro, me ajudem! Socorro! Socorro! Eu tô sendo agredido!
The footage shows that the driver continued to drive normally, without any physical aggression. The passenger, identified as Carlos Cruz, published videos alleging that he had been a victim of racism, and that the supposed assault was a consequence of that. Fortunately, the driver had internal cameras that debunked the passenger's version and exonerated him. In July of 2021, an incident involving a purported former Corinthians football club player and transgender woman Bruna Hoffman made headlines across Brazil. The ex-athlete allegedly hired Bruna's services and, after their meeting at a motel in Rio de Janeiro, attempted to leave without paying the agreed fee. Faced with this situation, Bruna recorded the incident on video and shared it on her social media, exposing the man's behavior. The case was taken to the police station, where Bruna, following her lawyer's advice, formally filed a complaint against the former player. The video shows Bruna holding the man and shouting for him to make the payment while he tries to wriggle free and leave. On her Instagram stories, Bruna stated the man was a former Corinthians player who now works as a coach at a European club and is influential in football circles. She also posted a photo of him alongside actor Sylvester Stallone. The man's name was not disclosed. Don't forget to subscribe so you can watch more videos like this.